everybody, and if you've seen my past video, you should have said something about reading a book. I shall be reading both, but they shall be in separate series. Haha, look at the camera now. I have brain cells. I figured out how to look at the camera like other people do. So just looking at my own eyes and looking like a fool. And if we're doing this, doing this. B. Anyways, Minecraft The Island by Matt's Books. It's not. Chapter 1. Never give up. Drowning. I woke up underwater, deep underwater, and this was my first conscious thought. Cold, dark. Where was the surface? I kicked in all directions, trying to find my way up. I twisted and turned, and then I saw it, a light, dim, pale, and far away. Instinctively, I shot for it and quickly noticed that the water around me was growing brighter. That had to be the surface, the sun. But how could the sun be square? I must be seeing things. Maybe some trick of the water. Who cares? How much air do I have left? Just get to it, swim. My lungs ballooned, little bubbles escaping from my lips, racing me for the distant light. I kicked and clawed the water like a caged animal. Now I could see it, a ceiling of ripples coming closer with each despite stroke. Closer, but still so far away. My body ached, my lungs burned. Swim! Swim! Crack! My body writhed as a sudden jolt of pain shot from toes to eyes. My mouth opened in a choked scream. I reached for the glow, grabbing for breath, for life. I coughed, I choked, I wheezed, I laughed. What on earth? I laughed? Okay. Breathing. Oh. For a moment, I just savored the experience, closing my eyes and letting the sun warm my face. But when I opened my eyes, I couldn't believe them. The sun was square. I blinked hard. The clouds, too? Instead of round, puffy cotton balls, these thin, rectangular objects floated lazily above me. You're still seeing things, I thought. You hit your head when you fell off the boat, and now you're a little dazed. But did I fall off a boat? I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember anything, in fact. How I got here, even where here was. Help me! I shouted, scanning the horizon for a ship or a plane or even a speck of land. Please, somebody, anybody, help! All I got, if you're wondering why I'm doing that, it says in full caps, help. Okay? So now I know why I did that. All I got was silence. All I could see was water and sky. I was alone. Almost. Something splashed inches from my face. A flash of tentacles and a thick black and grayish head. I yelped, kicking backward. It looked like a squid, but square like everything else in this strange place. The tentacles turned to me, opening wide. I gazed into a yawning red mouth, ringed with white razor teeth. Get out of here! I hollered, mouth dry, heart pounding. I splashed clumsily away from the creature. I didn't have to. At that moment, the tentacles closed, blasting the squid in the other direction. I floated there, frozen, treading water for a few seconds, till the animal disappeared into the deep. That's when I let out a long, throaty, tension-draining. Took another deep breath, then another, then a whole lot more. Finally, my heart settled down. My limbs stopped jerking, and for the first time since I woke up, my brain switched on. Okay, I said aloud. You're way out in a lake or ocean or whatever. No one's coming to save you, and you can't tread water forever. I did a slow 60-degree turn, hoping to see some thread of coastline I'd missed before. Nothing. In desperation, I tried one last scan of the sky. No planes, not even a thin white trail. What sky doesn't have those trails? One with a square sun and rectangle clouds? The clouds. I noticed that they were all moving steadily in one direction, away from the rising sun, due west. As good as anywhere, I said, giving another deep sigh, and started swimming slowly west. It wasn't much to go on, but I figured the wind might help me along a little bit. But I figured the wind might help me along a little bit, or at least wouldn't slow me down. And if I went north or south, the breeze might slowly blow me in an arc, so I'd end up swimming in circles. Don't know if that was really true. I still don't. Come on. I'd just woken up, probably with some kind of massive head injury. The bottom of the ocean. And was trying really, really hard not to end up back there. Just keep going, I told myself. Focus on what's ahead. I began to notice how weird my swimming was. Not the stroke motion, but the sense of gliding across the water with my limbs along for the ride. Head injury, I thought, trying not to imagine how serious that injury might be. One good thing I noticed was that I didn't seem to be getting tired. Isn't swimming supposed to be exhausting? Don't your muscles bum and quit after a while? Adrenaline, I thought, and tried not to imagine that emergency gas tank running out. But it would. Sooner or later, I'd lose steam, cramp up, go from swimming to treading water, then from treading water to floating. Of course, I've tried to rest, bobbing up and down to conserve energy. But how long could I keep that up? How long before the cold of the water finally got to me? How long before, teeth chattering, body shivering, I finally sank back down into the darkness? Not yet, I blurted out. I'm not giving up yet. Shouting out loud was enough to perk me up. Keep focused. Keep going. And I did. I kept swimming with all my might. I also tried to be... What was that? Uberware? It has 2 dots above it. What is that? I've seen that before. Where is it? Uber. See it? Uber aware? Uber aware. Okay. Right? Yeah, uber aware of my surroundings. Hopefully I would spot the mass of a ship or the shadow of a helicopter. But at the very least, it would take my mind off my current predicament. I noticed that the water was calm, and this gave me something to feel good about. No waves meant no resistance, which meant I could swim farther, right? I also noticed that the water was fresh, not salty, which meant that I had to be in a lake instead of an ocean. It's just smaller than oceans. Okay. Big lake is just as dangerous as an ocean, but come on. Got a problem with me trying to look on the bright side. I also noticed that I could see the bottom. It was deep, don't get me wrong. You could sink a pretty decent office building and never see the top. But it wasn't bottomless like the ocean is supposed to be. I could also see that it wasn't level. There were tons of little valleys and hills. That was when, off to my right, I noticed that one of the hills had grown so tall that its top disappeared beyond the horizon. Did it break the surface? I turned northwest, I guess, and swam in a straight line for the hill. Before I knew it, the hill grew into an underwater mountain. And a few seconds later, I actually thought I saw its top spout above the water. That's gotta be land, I thought. Try not to get my hopes up. Could be a mirage, though. A trick of the light or some mist. Dot, dot, dot. That's when I saw the tree. At least I thought it was a tree, because from that distance all I could make out was a dark green angular mass perched atop a dark brown line. Excitement propelled from me like a torpedo. Eyes locked forward, I soon saw other trees dotting a tan beach, and then suddenly the green-brown slope of a hill. Land, I shouted, land! I'd made it. Warm, firm, solid ground. A few strokes and I'd be there. A wave of total relief washed over me. Just like a real wave, it washed right back out. I barely had a second to celebrate before the island came into full view. By the time I reached the shore, I was just as confused as the moment I'd woken up. The island was square, or rather it was made of squares. Everything, sand, dirt, rocks, and even those things I first thought were trees. Everything was a combination of cubes. Okay, I said, refusing to believe what I was seeing. Just need a minute is all. Just a minute, standing in waist-high water, breathing, blinking. I waited for my eyes to clear. Okay? So, yeah, that's what I was hoping to get to, was about 10 minutes, and we got that, actually. So, I'll see you... Oh, man. I'll just use this as a bookmark right now. I'll see you gamers in the next video. Bye-bye!